Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. And in this video, I'm going to show you some cards. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you some cards that I recently picked up at the Strongsville, Ohio Vintage Baseball Card Show. But before you do that, I want to explain to you a little bit about a video that I just recently did about a contest I'm having. It's not a giveaway. It's a contest. I've been doing videos on YouTube for 6 months. Matter of fact, today is my 6th month anniversary, and I also am celebrating 599 subscribers. So that's kind of neat. 6 months and 599 subscribers, and I'm happy. I'm excited about it. But in my giveaway, I decided I'll do a video response sometime, a video challenge, if I can come up with an idea. But what I decided to do on this one, which I described in my last video, is I want to give back to a guy that got me started on YouTube, that talked me into it, and that's Mike Moynihan on Baseball Collector or Golden Age of Cardboard, whichever one you watch. And anyway, for those of you that didn't watch it, he takes youth groups on a mission trip every year, in Cuba or Ecuador and other places, I'm sure. But this time, I understand he's going to go to Ecuador, and it's pretty expensive to send kids to go there. You know, nothing is cheap anymore, and I hate to try to collect money, but that's in fact what I'm going to do. Let me turn the phone around and I'll explain to you what's going on. So, I'm having a giveaway, and what I'm asking people to do is send me a check. Make the check. Don't make it out to me, but make the check out to 1024, and in the memo put Moynihan's and then / Ecuador, and send it to Chris from Missouri, P.O. Box 245, Glasgow, Missouri 65254. And these are the two cards I'm giving away. I'm giving away a Mike Trout rookie and a Satchel Paige 1953, these two cards. And what you can do is, for every $10 you send me, it gives you a chance to in a drawing to win these two cards. Now, I need to have this over by May 15th. That way we can get that way I can get the money to the church, and that way maybe we can send a kid or two on the mission trip. But again, just the money's not coming to me, and I hate doing this, but Mike got me started on YouTube, and so I'm pretty excited about it. So let me turn this back around and tell you about the Strongsville show. Now, Strongsville, Ohio, was on my bucket list of cards to go to. Especially, they have one, and it's vintage only, and that's what this one was. It was vintage only, and I get to check it off my bucket list. But I think it's going to make my bucket list again next year. But when I went there, I got to meet other YouTubers. Ryan Nolan was there, and before I went, we kind of called this a regional gathering, and I'm encouraging you other YouTubers that when you go to a card show and maybe meet up with some other ones, you call it a regional gathering and let us know when you're going. But I was able to meet up with other YouTubers there. Like I said, Ryan Nolan was there. Eric from Four Leaf Cards, Mike Canadian Cards was there. He's a card man. He's funny. Andrew Enough Said Cards was there. Got to meet him, and that's exciting. Scott Reindeer Studios. He kind of the host. He took us to two good places out to eat. We just had a great time. And then Don in Don's Field of Dreams. And Don's kind of probably why I went out there. He talked me into going. He and Scott are really close friends, and talked me into going, and it was worth driving the 12 hours for. Now, there were some great dealers out there. Ashish, which a lot of us know, he's at the National. He does all kinds of stuff, but he had a table set up, and it was really the best row, I thought, of the National, because it had him and Stan's Vintage Cards, who I consider a friend. I bought some big cards off of Stan over the last couple of years, and he just treats you really good. And then Craig and Holly were there, who Craig, you can see him on Baseball Collector's page every once in a while, or on his channel every once in a while, and he's as good a guy in person as he is on TV. And his wife Holly was there, and she's a fireball. Oh my gosh, she's just funny as can be, and she's pretty quick-witted. And then I got to meet up with a guy that sets up at the National, and his table was incredible. His name was Tim Payne, and so there were some great dealers there, and it was concentrated vintage everywhere you went. There was actually maybe only one table that I saw that wasn't vintage, and there wasn't any wax boxes or anything there to speak of. Now I'm going to turn this back around, and I'm going to show you some cards I picked up. The first one I'm going to show you, I got this card from Scott Reindeer Studios, and it was a gift. And last time he gave me a card, he gave me a Bob Gibson, and I turned around and had it graded, and it graded a 5, and that's in my collection now. And I do not have, even though I'm a bench collector, I did not have this in a mini, this 75 Johnny Bench. So thank you, Scott, for that. You're a great guy. And then, so another card I picked up is this card right here. Now, it's funny. I watch channels, and I have some friends. A lot of them are Roberto Clemente collectors. Matter of fact, Theo's channel is called Clemente Collector. And if you turn over there, you'll see one of his latest videos. He did what he called the 21 Club, and he got like 4 or 5 other collectors of Clemente on his channel, and they were showing cards. So get a chance, turn it over there and take a look at that. But I figured while I was in Cleveland or near Cleveland, I'd pick up a few Cleveland Indians, and I did. I'm not going to show. I picked up another Tris speaker, and I picked up a Bob Feller to help with a Bob Feller run. But I want to show you that one. I'm not going to show you all the cards I picked up because I picked up a lot of cards. But I figured if I'm going to drive, if my fat bottom is going to sit in a truck for almost 12 hours all the way to Strongsville, I'm going to pick up a lot of cards. Now this one is a unique card that I picked up there. And then it's American Oil Mickey Mantle. And I just love it. I didn't have one. I just thought it looked good. So now I have one in my collection. Another card I picked up, and I love it, is the Burke Ross, the 52 Burke Ross Roy Campanella. And you see that pose a lot in a few of his cards. And I didn't have the Burke Ross Roy Campanella, and it's going to go toward my Roy Campanella run. Another card that I picked up is the 1951 Burke Ross Joe DiMaggio. Now, I was pretty excited about that. And my favorite pickup of the day, and favorite card probably, is I saw Ray from Philly and Mike Moynihan both have these in their collection. They collect the 300 great cards of the 20th century, and this happens to be one. And I picked it up, and I now have it in my collection. Now, I went there, and I think I even did a video and said, hey, I want to pick up the 53 Bowman in color Pee Wee Reese. Well, they had one there, or they had a couple there, but I didn't pull the trigger. But what I did do is I took, now this is a PSA card, but I took a GAI Satchel Paige. It was GAI is the grading company, and it was a GAI 5. And I had about 10 cards in my run, my post-war run, which I finished when I picked up the Hal Newhouser rookie card, and that completed that. But then I had 10 cards that weren't PSA. They were GAI or BVG or SGC. And I figured if I'm going to have 100, there's 115 cards in there in that run, and I have 105 of them in PSA, I'm gonna make them all PSA. So I took those cards, and I was able to move 4 of them and upgrade 4 of them to PSA, and they were upgrades not just in PSA but in grade as well, and even nicer cards. But it was because I took the GAI and I took the GAI and I took this card. Now, if you can see, this has a staple hole in the corner up there, right by my thumb there. But I don't care, because this is a beautiful card, and it helped me upgrade this early win. I upgraded. It's now an 80C. It was a BBG 3. This Tom Seaver rookie, I upgraded. It's a 4. It was an SGC 1. This Duke Snider, I upgraded to a 4.5. It was an SGC 2. And then my favorite one that I got to upgrade. Now, I traded those off, the SGC ones and the BBG ones off, but I also was able in that transaction to upgrade this, the Stan Musial. Now, I had this in an SGC 1, but man, this is a prettier card, and it's in a PSA 2. And that was all because the guy was Stan's Vintage Cards. One, he's helped me with this run, and he wanted to help me, in a trade. And so we worked out, it took us a while, but we worked out a great deal. Now, if you haven't been to the Strongsville show and you are a vintage collector, I tell you, make sure you go when it's the vintage only. There was 61 dealers there, and it was packed. It was crowded, and but it's vintage concentrated, and a lot of great cards, a lot of great dealers. But I'm gonna tell you what, I have a lot of great friends that I got to meet up there personally for the first time. So you other YouTubers, if you're going to the card show with some buddies that you know on YouTube, try to make it a regional gathering. Not everybody can go to the national, but I'm telling you, it's fun getting together with other YouTubers and your other friends. And I look forward to the national, but I'm going to tell you, this was a lot of fun. This one's going to be hard to beat. And remember, guys, if you can help me raise some money up for Mike and the kids to go on a mission trip, please find it in your heart to send a little bit. And if you can't, and you do YouTube stuff, shout out my channel a little bit and have them tune to the channel that says Trout and Satch Giveaway. And guys, I appreciate you, and thank you for watching. And remember, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.